NEP2NE RADIO.
Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are here with Sickardi, my fellow musician.
Hello. Hello.
How are you today, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Just living the dream. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah.
Doing good, bro. The album's doing well.
That's good to hear.
I don't know, I'm kind of in a spot right now where I'm just kind of sitting and watching everyone take it in.
Oh, for sure.
It's cool. But yeah, it's nice. Okay.
So yeah, man. All right, let's just dive into this thing.
All right.
So
Let's do it.
walk me through the concept of the cycle theory.
Okay. So pretty much, I think it was March 2020, right when the whole COVID thing happened, at the beginning. And me and my friend Will, we were watching this show on Netflix called Dark. And it's a really cool show, probably my favorite show of all time. And it gets into like this whole, like, I don't know, the whole thing's about like time travel and stuff. It's really cool, but this overlying theme that we kind of like interpreted it as, we kind of branched it out and made our own. Like, and this is just like theory about life and everything.
Okay.
But pretty much we came to the conclusion that it seems like there's two sides to everything, like in life, whether it's like literally anything, black and white, hot and cold,
Agreed,
like
man.
anything. Literally, there's like, and you see it in the seasons, like fucking summer, winter, like night and day, literally everything, bro. It's crazy. And this got us thinking, like, we came to this theory that like because there's two sides to everything, those sides seem to be constantly like fighting each other for power over one another.
Right.
And because they're both equally as powerful, like neither of them wins, and it just becomes a stalemate where it's just a balance of everything. And yeah, I was like geeking over that for a while. It was crazy. But yeah, so I was kind of obsessed with this for a long time, and I kept building off of it and going in different directions. And I was like, dude, like this is too cool to like not make like art out of this at all. Like,
there you go.
I feel like there's a lot of things you can do. Like, you can write about it, you can do a bunch of things, but I feel like because I'm an artist, like this is the best I can do. So I had this, and keep in mind, I dropped Blue Angel. That was that summer, 2020. So I had this idea before Blue Angel was even done with.
Wow.
But I'm like, shit, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this in my back pocket
back
for
pocket.
late.
Yeah.
So I held on to that one, and I just started making songs. Like,
Yeah, that kind of leads me into the next question I was like going for is like, what song created cycle theory? Like, what was the first cycle theory song?
No, that's a great question, because this was the only album that I've ever had where I had the idea for the album, like the concept down, before I even started touching the keyboard and making music.
It's crazy.
So going into it, I was like trying to figure out a way to approach it. I didn't make a song till like November of that year. It took me a good few months. I mean, I was doing music videos and shit, but I mean, See-Through ended up being the first one. And I was kind of thinking of ideas to incorporate this theme. And with all the clock ticks, I think that was the first thing I started with.
Yeah.
Because I wanted, with the clock ticks, because they reoccur throughout the whole album, I wanted that to be the constant. So with all this change of the album going ups and downs and just kind of showing the cycle of everything, I wanted one constant to show, like, kind of relating it to reality is in terms of like just how time stays constant, but that's the only thing, because everything else is going up and down. So at that point I pretty much had the concept, and then I just started making songs.
It's fire. It's awesome.
So if you want should we just get into each song?
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, let's break them down.
Okay. So ironically, and you know this because you were here First of all, you were here like pretty much the whole, like you saw a lot of songs being made, right?
Gang, that's me. Yes, sir.
You saw pretty much all of them, right?
Yeah. Probably all of them.
You did, yeah. All of them, literally. But yeah, so, but as I was saying, ironically, the first song on the album was the last one I made. And I love to do that because once you have, I like the intros and outros to be one of the last songs you make, because you kind of need to see it through the lens of the album of all the songs that you've already made. So
yeah, I feel that.
So this is the last song I made, and I just kind of wanted to kind of do the thing I did on Aura and just come in hot, and just like tell these motherfuckers I'm back and shit. What's up. Yeah.
Tell them who's boss.
And I also really wanted to explain the concept, because it's a great concept, and I feel like it almost needs a whole song for me to kind of lay it out in still a way that's cool. Right. You know, I'm referencing the last two songs, like Flake and Stay at the beginning, like kind of opposites. I'm talking about the two sides like fighting, in the hook, cycle, theory, the ups and downs are gonna steer me.
Yeah.
It's two sides, you can't choose sides because they both control what I'm feeling. You can't escape it. I was trying to say that. I don't know, I like that, like 4 on the floor kind of boom, boom, boom. You know, that was something I was trying to do for a while. Yeah. And I finally, and that was a beat we made a while ago, right? Yeah. And I kind of resurfaced it.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that towards the beginning of first
We made that in my fucking car.
Yeah, one of the car beats.
Yeah, that was dope.
It's like in the Wendy's parking lot or something.
yeah. We were at a fucking Wendy's and we made that shit. But, so I was trying to just explain all the shit of the album as much as I could. Obviously, like, begin the album with a lot of energy. And I just love the groove of that song. In the end, where it switches, where the other drums come in. Yeah. You can tell how I feel by the time of the day. When the day turns night, then get out of my way. See, vacant knees shaking, you forgot what to say. Happy feet in the stars, no chucks and a waddle away. Like, that's the hardest shit ever.
So fire.
I love that line. So I keep doing that, and the beat keeps building and shit, and the chords are changing in the background. It's really fucking nice. Mm-hmm. And the chord doesn't resolve till the end, and when I say I'm striking like a minor, I think I'm going major, and the chord changes major, and I'm like,
yeah, that part was
I really love creative, that shit. Yeah. Thank you. And I kind of just wanted to end on that like big chord, and just kind of that little run she has at the end. Yeah. Yeah, that shit is cool. And that kind of takes us to Indigo, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
Which, by the way, intro to Indigo, the cycle theory to Indigo, one of my favorite transitions. Not my favorite, but it's up there.
Okay.
I tried to make the transitions on this album like really. I wanted the pace of the album to be really nice, and for that to happen, the transitions got to be on point. And I feel like I killed it.
They were crisp and clean for sure.
Yeah,
on point.
Thank you. Because I feel like it's something that people kind of take for granted, and like it kind of makes an album more of an experience as a whole.
It adds to like the ear candy.
Yeah, no, for sure, and like it's the glue. It's cool. Yeah. So I wanted the transitions, and like I said, like one of my favorite parts about this album is the pace. Like I'll play a song, like I'll do a bunch of switch ups so you don't even know what's going on, and by the time you figure out what just happened, like the next song's already playing. And it's a crazy experience, especially on first listen. Yeah. And I've always wanted to have the opportunity to like listen to my shit for the first time. Mm-hmm. It'll never happen, obviously, but so yeah, anyways, I kind of set up Indigo with this transition, and pretty much Indigo is just like a ballad. It's literally a ballad, like a love song. Nothing too specific within love, just more showing it and stuff. And I think it's a great ballad. I think I say exactly what I needed to. I think the melodies are really, really good, especially on the hook. Sure. You were there the exact night I started that song.
Yeah, so good.
Because we had the chords.
We had the guitar going.
We had the chords, and then you played some other chord progression, but with that picking style. Yeah. And I was like, shit. Like, let me mess around.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
And then you had the major seventh sauce.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's my favorite chord, but yeah. So we figured that out, and I just got straight to the melodies, and you let me do my thing. And so that was cool. So that song, yeah, it's just a love song. It's very, I feel like the name fits it insanely well. I think it just feels like so dreamy.
It feels like indigo.
Yeah. It's nice. And so yeah, that the structure is kind of normal until that rap verse comes in, which I love that part. I think my verse is really good too. It fits. And then kind of goes off in that breakout section, and then the outro of this shit.
Yeah, outros.
Fucking love that shit. Where it all just kind of like shrinks down for a second, and you just hear like the synth in me, and it's like, when the rain starts flooding my view. I love that shit. And so that part happens, and then boom, it opens. Breathe it back to you. So and then it fucking opens up, and it's like the most beautiful moment of all time. Yeah. And so that shit was cool. And then that transitions to Back Pocket, which
Back Pocket.
Yeah, you gotta say it like that. Back Pocket. Back Pocket, and no one realizes this off first listen, is about immature love. Because I had this idea, and this was another thing where like I had the idea of the song before I even like started making it. Mm-hmm. Just that back pocket concept, like pretty much like I want to keep you with me at all times, like obviously despite like everything else, and kind of viewing it like immaturely, like almost unrealistically.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, so I could take you everywhere I go, you can never leave me, like all this shit. So the intro is really cool. I do this high-pitched voice thing, and I love how that song starts, by the way. The moment I laid eyes on you. Yeah,
that's an OG from school, man.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that thousands of times.
I know, bro. I worked on that one so long, just like, and that was mostly just the production and stuff. But so yeah, that was one I worked on a shit ton since I started it. Because when did I start? That was in like February, right?
I don't know specifics, but it was.
I think it was back in February this year. But yeah, so and that was another song where like I perfectly translated like my feelings at the time. And yeah, I love that. Was the second one I think I made for the album after Thru.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So it breaks into this hook. I love the hook of this song too. I feel like it's super, super catchy.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, just great melodies, and fucking her voice, bro, on that song. She fits it like perfectly. I had that cool rap verse, and then my personal favorite part of the song would probably be the pre-hook. And you took over my wheel.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that part too.
Driving like I'm out of control. Dude, you heard I literally made my own version of just that part.
Yeah, so fire.
Yeah. I fucking listen to that shit all the time too. That shit is fucking gorgeous. And I like how it contrasts like my rap part. Like my rap part's kind of grimy, and like there's a lot of like metallic type percussion and stuff.
Yeah.
And when it opens up into that pre-hook, it's like, and then it leads back in the hook with the nowhere else to keep you but my wanna keep you in. Yeah, that shit is beautiful. I think everyone sounded really good in that song. And by the way, the structure of that song is crazy.
I was just about to say that.
The structure is really, I love that. The structure of that song. And the way the chord changes, and like, this is definitely, like, musically the best song in the album. 100%. Musically, it is. Because, like, there's just so many, the way I, like, use the chords and stuff, it's just, it's the best. And especially when that bridge comes, bro. There's so many tiny parts, like when I cut out all the voices except hers and she goes and shit like that, but that bridge is like the harmonies I did and the how the chords changed and like go back to the original progression is like, especially those last two chords of the bridge, it's like shit, that just makes me happy. It's money. It really is. And so that takes you back to the hook. The song ends. Okay, total switch up. Now we're on Clockwork. So
you slow dance, man.
yeah. So the song begins, and all you hear is the fucking clock, which, like, again, ties in the album perfectly. You don't know what's going on. You hear this little riser in the background. And it's Neptune gets you back again, so and he never about to ask. Yeah, so like that shit. Oh man! And you remember making that beat, right?
Yeah, of course.
That was like fucking.
That was
right. When we
I think that was also in the car too.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it started in the car,
room,
I think it like part of it started in the car, and then we came back to the room, and then we were just throwing like random percussion in it, and then it turned into banger.
Yeah. And then literally I just like transferred it over and I just started going crazy. And I knew right away when I heard the beat, I was like, okay, this got to be a song where the mic is constantly being passed around.
Yeah. Everyone spits flames.
And I didn't want it to be no like hook and like some organized shit. I just wanted to be left and right shit's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. And so I have the intro verse. And then Bradley Knights
comes in clutch.
Kills his verse. Kills it. I love his verse so much. Especially the hit him with the slow dance. Shoot it from the half court, hit him with the slow dance. I'm like doing the slow dance when I'm hearing that shit.
I'm like shooting a 3 when I hear that song.
I'm shaking my ass. And so that verse was really good. And then DeAndre's double entendre
never misses, man.
Professionally is he never misses. He never misses. He
will never miss.
He's the greatest rapper I know. I'm not even.
He is amazing, man.
He kills it. He has a lot of like little Easter egg lines in his, especially the I love that ad lib he has on burn him through Chris, it smell like baked chicken. You hear that shit. That's so dope. And it goes to my verse, which I love that verse, by the way. The much with the breath of a bee. Yeah, I love that shit. I'm a final cut you in the rough. Dude, I get a little rough, but till you had enough, I'm gonna leave you in the dust. Say fuck that, cause
dude, I catch myself like random days just singing that one line that you said in that song, that the breath of a bee part.
Yeah, you can never be better than me. Stepping to me ain't much like the breath of a bee. How's it going? See you later. Was a pleasure to meet. She was craving ways to dry, leave her wet as the sea.
Let's go,
bruh. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And then Marciano. Oh, dude, man. Probably my favorite verse on the song, bro. He killed that shit. And like the thing is, so I sent him the beat and everything, and he wrote to it, sent it back. And originally, like I didn't mess with this because I was hearing his vocals like a cappella, just listening to him, and I was like, I don't know if this delivery is gonna work on the song. And I think the way I put it in, like, he killed it, and he did so good. And yeah, he just had some lines in there.
Yeah. James and the Giant Peach.
He said, thick red bone, feel like James and the Giant Peach.
I mean, come on.
Nah, that was insane. It was crazy. And then I have a last little verse, and then after my last line, the space just opens up.
Yeah.
And you hear, it's kind of like, it sounds like fucking Frankenstein being constructed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has this like menacing,
it's like
anxious, scary, like it kind of builds up.
Yeah.
And that fucking that synth comes in the background.
So fire.
And it's like, oh fuck. And meanwhile, like DeAndre is just saying some crazy psycho theory shit over that. And he's talking about balance and stuff. And then boom! Boom! We hit him. We hit him with
it's insane.
The craziest feeling of all time.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it. It's just like you want to kill someone when you're listening to this song. Like, warning before you listen to the second half of Clockwork, like
you're gonna turn into a psycho.
Yeah, if you have someone you hate in the room, like, get the fuck out of there, because you're probably gonna fucking murder them. So yeah, and I'm just going. This whole song is kind of like braggadocious, just like raps and stuff, open verses. But I really tried. I didn't try to, on the second half, I didn't try to go too crazy with like how fucking like lyrical miracle I was, because I just wanted to get that feeling, like literally like fuck it. Like, literally fuck it. You can see the killer in me from a look in my eyes.
Oh,
huffing and puffing shit. I ain't gotta try.
So
fuck your whole shit up, because you know shit's going down. Cycle theory. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going absolutely stupid on that song. And you finally catch a break at the end. It winds down, and for half a second you get air, and then whoop, got a place to go. I got something to show you, away from all the cold and snow. Latibule. Latibule.
Very good. Probably, dude. It's
in my top 3.
It's in my top 3
for sure.
It's in my top 2.
Wow. It's in his top 2.
It's in my top 2, guys.
I love this song. It was one day I was at a baseball field, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, I'm kind of in a bossa nova mood.
Yeah.
Like, keep in mind, I'm not like a huge bossa nova listener or anything, but I was like, fuck it. So I started listening to all this stuff, and I realized that I gravitated more towards the bossa nova with the female vocals on top of it. Yeah. I think that tone is like the best. And I was so obsessed with it, and I kept listening to it. I was like, fuck, I gotta make some shit just for fun, see what happens. I get back, I make the beat for this song. Melodies come like right away. And I'm like, this is insane. I love it.
Yes.
It's the best. It's the greatest feeling. This song sounds like a palm tree on an island with like fucking blue ass water everywhere around it.
Yeah. And
just the way it comes in, literally the first like 5 seconds. Got a place to go, I got something to show you. Away from all the cold and snow. It's the place to be. So good. In Latibule literally means like, it's like a hideout. It's like a hideout, and it's like a cool hideout. So I wanted to make a song off this idea. And keep in mind, I had this word, like the Latibule thing, like years ago, but I was like, I found it. I was like, all right, I gotta bring it back. So that's what I'm like singing about and shit.
Dang.
I got something to away from all the cold and snow. It's the place to be, and I need you to see it. Alone. So come with me. Yeah, that's your favorite part, isn't it? Come with me, and I'll show you a paradise better than the best, even better than afterlife. And then the hook, I was Latibule, and then keeps playing. You're just like vibing out. And then all of a sudden you realize it's a voicemail. Or not a voicemail, a ringtone. Yeah. Sorry. You realize it's a ringtone. And it's a missed call I had. And I'm like, fuck, because I missed the call. And you hear the phone start dialing again. And I say, I just wanted to tell you that. And then See-Thru starts. So,
OG.
See-Thru, yeah, it's OG. It's the first song I made in the album. I don't know. What do you think about this song?
I think it's like, it's good, first of all. But I think it's like the classic, like, you know how like every album has like one classic song on there that's like
the pop song.
That's just like, yeah. And I feel like that's
the single kind of.
Yeah, I feel like
for
that's
sure.
See-Thru.
Definitely. I 100% agree. I wanted to make this a single so bad. I never got to it because I didn't do a video in time. I did the ghost thing, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But See-Thru is like the pop song. Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. Yeah. I think I had the beat. I made it with Chris a while ago. And immediately I just thought of that. I need you to stay because I think that which, by the way, that part sounds so warm and like a fucking... It sounds like a warm blanket. It's so nice.
Warm blanket.
A warm blanket, literally.
Like a thunder blanket?
Something like that, bro. Yeah.
What about a weighted blanket?
Yeah, like that kind of shit. Like a fucking like wool.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
Like sheepskin or sheep fur.
Yeah. Yeah, like straight from the fox, bro.
Fox rib.
Fuck. So it gets into the hook. See-Thru. Everything seems pretty normal. And it's a good song. I got that cool rap verse. And that goes on. And then after the second hook, there's this open spot, the voicemail part with the guitar solo. Mm-hmm. And then it leads into the bridge. And I think musically, this is the best bridge on the album for sure. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I listened to this bridge on repeat like more than the healthy amount, bro. Too much. Like I listened to so many versions of it, like without drums, like slowed, whatever. And I just think the chords are perfect. Melodies are perfect. The way it transitions back and forth, perfect. Mm-hmm. And I wanted someone else on that bridge at first. I wanted a female vocal on that bridge because I didn't like my voice and like the pitched up stuff.
Yeah.
But eventually I just ran with it because I was like, I mean, I like it. And then eventually I just loved it. So, and I think the syllables, like everything I do on that bridge is perfect. Got me feeling like a child. Even when I smile, the painting runs away with you. Hold my hand and never fly. My sky's blue, just like perfectly. And then that one chord where it changes, grabbing us a ticket to fly to the moon. That where it goes up, that shit is like I nut every time during that part. Yeah. And then also with See-Thru, after everything settles down at the end, there was that part I had that I added last minute, the piano part that I recorded. And I just kept that there for reference. I wanted to take it out. Remember I kept asking you like, yo, does it sound good? Does it sound good?
Yeah, you asked me a decent amount of times.
I did. Yeah. Because I was so unsure about it. But I feel like after hearing songs like Eternal Sunshine or Transit, I feel like it fits really well.
Yeah, it does. That's why I always thought it did. Yes.
And that leads us directly to Eternal Sunshine. Now this song thematically is the best on the album for sure. Like thematically the best, because it's all based off the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And Jim Carrey movie, really fire. The great concept to the movie once you understand it. Like I think I watched it and I kind of had it figured out, but it was like an explained video or something I watched and I was like, oh shit, like this is actually really crazy. And it's kind of like the movie's pretty much based off like the cycle of love. They kind of do it in like an abstract way where it involves like erasing each other's memory and like going back, whatever, all this shit. But it's pretty much about the cycle of love. And I really, after watching this movie, I think it was like sometime in the spring, I was like, I want to make a song about this. So, I started with that. And so I got Brad and, Grace on this song. And Brad opens the song up with, and this song is so like MIA to me, dude.
Really?
Like, yeah, I think it's really like, I don't know. I mean, obviously like Paper Planes-esque, I feel like. And it's also very like early 2000s Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, I know what you're saying now.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you meant missing in action, like actually. Like,
No. The artist. Artist.
No, I got you now.
No, and it also sounds very Black Eyed Peas, like early 2000s type, the shit we grew up on.
Yeah.
Well, at least for the first half. So Brad opens the song. And he tells a story in his verse. He starts it. I'm back again. My heart was broken. It was caving in. What the fuck? I lost my focus. What's your name again? Exchanging info. Then you go along and tell your friend. On a date. Kind of nervous. How will this shit end? So he kind of sets up the story. Like he's on the first date, whatever. And then the pre-hook comes in. I think I know it, how come my heart forget? I keep on going and going. And that pretty much explains, that's the whole song, the whole concept in a nutshell. I think I know it, how come my heart forget? I keep on going and going, how could I always give in? My heart gets broken and broken, happens all over again and again. So again, ties perfectly into the cycle theory concept. But this song is more aimed towards love, like specifically. And his second verse, he continues the story, and he keeps, through all his verses, he tells the story, and it picks up again. The pre-hook happens and it leads into the hook. It's already gone, and that's kind of foreshadowing. Like, it pretty much tells the end of the story. And so Brad's last verse, now this is very important, his last verse, his last line of it, he says, I think I felt this all before, how could my heart forget? And then when that cymbal ride goes through and it opens up into the whole second half of the song, it's like a flashback of when like he first fell in love. It's like falling. Wow. It's like the falling in love part.
Yeah.
And so it's like, please complete me. You're my sunshine when I freeze. With you is what I wanna. And then that's like almost like the falling in love moment where just shit like opens up and just like it's this whole.
It's crazy, man.
It's this whole environment of sound.
Yeah, it just takes you.
Yeah, literally.
You're like going for a ride.
It sounds like a fucking like rocket ship taking off or something. It's crazy. And like the guitars, like everything is just on point. Just like, and my harmonies going crazy. That bass hitting super hard. And so that part happens, and then it opens up and it shrinks back down to the original guitar sound. And I say the please complete me thing again. Please complete me. and the cycle can't break free. Got my heart stuck on repeat. So I kind of say like, I kind of like confirm the like how the song loops, because I say got my heart stuck on repeat. Yeah. So I'm like kind of confirming that. And then with the end of if you put that song on replay, it loops back with that little sound like dun, 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 and that leads back to the beginning, and it goes back to Brad's opening line of "I'm back again, my heart was broken, it was caving in." Like crazy. The way this song like
was laid out,
the concept, the way it's laid out, it's so like, that's why I don't want people to like breeze over it. I mean, they probably would on first listen, but that's why I'm kind of doing things like this in this podcast, because I want people to know like what, like,
more behind it.
Yeah, what went into it. And also like I feel like knowing more about the album kind of gives you a whole different listening perspective and listening experience for sure. So yeah, definitely thematically best song. And that should lead us right into a song that's tied for first for me, and that is
Goated.
You got me loving like I was running. Or actually it's fucking you got me loving like I was running. But yeah, so this was the last song I made for the album.
Yep.
Or actually no, the Cycle Theory was. This is like the second to last, I think. It was at the end for sure.
Yeah, it was.
But so at the time I was obsessed with the song How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees. I fucking love that song, the harmonies and everything. And I was so inspired that I made that beat, and I was just gonna leave it be. I think I just made it one morning in like a rush, and I had to do some other shit. And I remember I was away from the studio for the weekend, and I was like, fuck, like feeling all these like creative energy.
The itch. The stew itch.
Yeah, the itch. And like there's only so many ways to do that without the fucking your studio.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll play the beat I made yesterday and try to think of melodies. And right off the bat,
there we go.
I just had the melody, and I was like, fuck. I had to record it and get all this shit. And then I recorded to the melodies for the other part. When you see my eyes, so you realize. And I think this song is just perfect. I don't know how else to say it. Like melodies, chords, harmonies, like
especially adding that guitar too.
Oh that
acoustic guitar.
Yeah, the acoustic guitar. That was the last thing it needed. And I just think structure, it's nothing crazy at all. I'm literally kind of doing the hook all over the place with the exception of that verse. But I think it's just so like the melody sits so well on top of the chords, and the harmonies are my favorite fucking part. Way up. Every time I say wait up or way up, the fucking harmonies on that, I ejaculate to every time I hear them. It's like it's perfect. Way up. Like the harmonies on top, oh my gosh, it just sits like butter. A lot of people tell me it's like the Beach Boys, which I didn't even like have in mind. Like I said, it was the Bee Gees song, but no, I could totally see that for sure. And which, I mean, I didn't know at first, but I think it's cool because like the Beach Boys are fire.
Yeah, I fuck with the Beach Boys.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Yeah. But I feel like also my vocals sound they sound very like Tame Impala-esque as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like the tone, I think, for the most part. So that was really cool. And this song, like the outro with the strings and everything, I thought was really cool. And yeah, that's in my top 2. You like that song?
That's I think it's like number 3 on mine. Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah.
That's dope. Cause I remember you used to be working on stuff and I'd be working on that song.
Yeah.
And then, literally, I mean, you probably saw me. You were probably working on shit, but like, I'd literally just play it and dance to it.
I would pause my thing, turn around, and start singing with you.
Really?
Yeah, like once in a while. Yeah.
I feel like you really gotta. This is kind of a side note, but you really gotta enjoy the stuff you make. Like, not just some people make beats and they're like, all right, next, and they start making another one. They make another one, and like they have all these. They never finish them. They never, do whatever. And like literally, if all that I'll have down is like chords and drums maybe. And I'll literally be dancing to that shit for like 25 minutes before I even touch it again. Unless I'm in a mood where I'm like, all right, add this, I'm getting crazy ideas. But for the most part, I'm like, you gotta fall in love with what you make, because that'll give you so much more confidence.
Emotion is key, and like feeling that shit.
Exactly. And like maybe you'll make different decisions based off the emotions that you have towards it. So strongly recommend that for anyone who makes any kind of art. Like if you're a chef, like eat your own shit, like fucking, I don't know, anything. But yeah, Honeymoon, definitely top 2 for me. I think top 5 probably in any song I've ever made.
Wow.
And that brings us to, I keep dropping my fucking shit, bro. I'm a klutz. Okay, that leads us to Gotta Escape.
Transit.
Looking for transit. Changing my taste, cleansing my palate. Dude, that hook is actually really good lyrics, I think.
Song is really good.
It's all pretty cohesive. I gotta escape. I'm looking for transit. Changing my taste, cleansing my palate, flying a new place. I'm leaving the planet. Been running for days. Put me on the motherfucking ballot. Put me on a ballot.
Ow.
Put me on a ballot.
You heard him.
And that verse too, I feel like the pockets are incredible.
I agree.
Incredible. I feel like there's nothing I'd change about Transit. I think that's another perfect song. Yeah. Like I think the length of that song is like
money
again. Like I wouldn't, it's not too short at all. It's not too long at all. I think the way I switch it up with the beat switch and everything, I think that was like perfect. Like I said, the verse pockets, they're on topic. Everything's really good. And by the way, like I don't know, you guys probably all know, like I'm pretty big on the musical side of things, but I do focus on lyrics a lot too. And I think especially with this album, like if you look in and read the fucking lyric pages and shit, at least for the songs you like you'll probably learn something more about either the song or the album as a whole if you fully look into that shit. So I think Transit is no exception for that. The hook comes back and then the beat switch. So obviously the whole first half of that song is my voice is pitched up. I think it fit that like almost trap beat sound really well, like singing though. And then it transitions to my real voice for the beat switch, and the whole beat slows down too. It's really cool. And running away, been running for days. I want to flake now, but I want you to stay. So I'm already referencing the shit that's about to come. I'm foreshadowing. And hope that I could be just more than what you cling to. Not just fucking phony in a pink suit, avoiding my fate. I know you needed me to stay, but I think that I'm a flake. And then and the synth comes in, and it's just like ear candy, jizz all over the place.
You're just getting taken away.
Yeah,
just take my soul.
It's yeah, literally, it's incredible. And like I'm doing these ad libs in the background, and it's just like, it just sounds like so psychedelic. And like really, really nice, wide too, big space. It's really cool. and that part hits, and then I keep the Flake thing going throughout that, which I thought was really cool. I think that I'm a Flake. I think that I'm a Flake. And the song ends, the beat stops, and it, boom, right into Flake. Right into Flake. Perfect transition is like, these, by the way, these last 3 songs, like, they could all be one song, especially Flake and Stay.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that I did it the way I did was like, something about albums where like the best cuts are at the very end is like, I love that shit.
Yeah. Fire.
And especially the most emotional ones. So Flake, pretty much on Flake, the beat's really simple for most of it. It's nothing too crazy. It's the cool sounding drums. It's the cool piano chords. Nothing crazy though. And I didn't want it to be crazy. That's the thing. I wanted it to just be simple and kind of just get my shit out, like put my heart here and just put it almost on a silver platter for you guys to listen to, because I feel like with what I was saying on this song was very important, and I didn't want to make it too crazy to where it took away from what I was saying. So this song's pretty much just like getting my shit out. I think the lyrically best song in the album. Stays up there, but I think Flake is really, really good.
Very.
I think my voice sits really nicely tone wise over the drums and the instrumental, and I do still keep it interesting with the singing part. I feel like if I just let the song run on the raps, like it loses replayability and stuff. So
yeah,
I changed the chords, and I started singing on this shit, which is another thing I added later on. And it's just, I don't know, I think the structure's really cool. I referenced see-through right before the singing part happens. I said, maybe I'm not so see-through. And so I thought that was really cool. And so the singing part, and then the last verse, definitely most personal, I think. The most personal part of the album is the last verse on Flake, or most emotional, maybe. I don't know. I think the way I'm very specific with it is it just sounds vulnerable. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. I think I said everything I said on Flake was exactly what I had in my mind, and I think how I got it down, and like in a cool way too, saying shit in a cool way. Like, I don't know. I think I went crazy on that song.
Absolutely.
The ending builds up, and then you hear some French. What do you think about Flake, by the way? I feel like you haven't said much, and I want to hear what you gotta say about it.
Doesn't fall in the top, but I feel like
I agree.
It perfectly corresponds with the last 3 songs of the album.
It's necessary.
Yeah,
it's necessary.
It's like sure. It's like having vitamins with your meal. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
You have to have it to.
Exactly. For it
to be that. You know?
That's a great metaphor.
Yeah.
That's a great metaphor because, like I said, it's not too crazy, like sound wise and like sonically, musically, whatever. But it's one of those things where like,
although the drums are fire.
Drums are fire, definitely. But it's one of those things, like you said, like where you just kind of, it's information that perfectly sets you up for Stay.
Yeah.
Like this Flake and Stay, these songs are, I mean, obviously like Flake and Stay opposites with this whole cycle theory concept. I feel like I don't need to explain that, but I feel like these songs should be married to each other. Yeah. And they're like the epitome of the cycle theory. Mm-hmm. So you hear that French at the end, my verse ends, and nobody can tell, but I'm playing to the same rhythm as Stay. Yeah. And also Flake and Stay are in the same key, but they don't need to know. They don't need to know. So I'm already setting you up for the transition. and you hear the French, which, by the way, again, read the fucking lyric pages because the translations are on that, and I don't want to just give it to you guys. So, fuck it. Maybe I'll even drop it in the description of this shit. But let's go. So it's some really cool French, which, by the way, I wrote the French, and I had someone else speak it for me. And she's saying a lot of shit, like pretty much like the concept of Flake and Stay. And it leads you right into Stay, which it's hard to argue. This is the best song on the album.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah. I can't, like, it's
hard to put words to it because, like, if you listen to the album, which, by the way, again, another side note, whoever the fuck told me that they didn't listen to this album in order, like, go back and listen in order because it's a whole thought out, like, how it goes in order and stuff. And I feel like it just needs to be listened to that way. Some people said they listen on shuffle, and I was like, dude,
you can't
if you're not hearing these transitions and, like, thematically how
you're missing out.
They're missing out. So you gotta listen to this shit in order. But I feel like Stay is so great because, first of all, it's the perfect closer. Perfect.
Yeah,
closer.
perfect.
I just come in. It's the 6/8 time. It's the swing. It's the
everything.
Need to be alone, but I want you to stay. I don't want you to go. Don't want you to go. Yeah. Lyrically, insane. Like every aspect of the song is on 10, bro. Like lyrically, musically, sonic, like everything. Like the tone, the length. Like, I love how the song just kind of rides out. It's the same chord progression the whole time. Don't change it. And it just kind of sounds like you're riding off into the sunset. And it's beautiful.
Stole that right out of my mouth.
It's beautiful.
Literally.
Exactly. Yeah, so I feel like also this song is so powerful because of where I put it on the track list. Obviously, the closer. I feel like getting to this song while seeing it through the lens of all the songs you just listened to makes it that much more powerful too.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Like, you can't, okay, say you're just an average Joe, haven't heard Kid Neptune before.
Yeah.
And you listen to Stay first. Like, I feel like it's not right. It's not right. This is such like an album cut. Like, you just, I don't know. You need the information leading up to it because then it'll hit you the hardest. The melodies are really fire. And I have some great one-liners on here. Same with Flake. Especially, wait, what's the part? Time is moving fast. Please make it reverse. I'm trying to make us last. But I know I should put myself first. Dude, that line. I'm trying to make us last, but I know I should put myself first. Bro, fuck with me.
Is that another cycle? Last and first?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
You get that shit though, right?
I get it,
the last
dude.
And first.
I get everything.
Oh my God, bro. They don't even know. I'm trying to be heard, but can't find the words to say. Like, this is all like super specific shit in my life too. Like, oh man, I just said exactly like how I was feeling, and I'm super proud that I was able to be not even that vulnerable, but just to be able to do that and kind of articulate it in a really cool and perfect way too. So yeah. I thought that was really good. The rap verse comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And this is I'm singing on this song 100% of the time except this fucking rap verse. And it comes out of nowhere. Please don't leave me, I can barely breathe. I know to leave is easy, but it's you I need. And when I'm feeling sleepy, see you in my dreams. Goodbye sincerely, NEP2NE and P. By the way, dude, it's hard to rap on 6/8 songs.
I know. I've attempted before, and I gave up.
Yeah, it's tough. So to come up with that little pocket was cool. P.S. This little ad lib in the background. Oh my God. I bet no one even hears it except me, and I get like so excited over it every time because I think it's so fire. Because when I say like NEP2NE and PS, it's like it's pan to the side. It's so cool. Fire. And I won't be dreaming forever, but even under life's pressure, I'll stay. And then this is like pretty much not even like the epitome of the song, but more the album. Because like I said, once you listen to the album leading up to the song, this is like, it's like watching a fireworks show and this is the finale. Like this is where I just give them everything I physically have. And the electric guitar gets really gritty. Just, how can I make it work out? Not ready to get turned. And I'm in full desperation mode at this point. Like fucking stay. Like I'm literally just saying,
just stay.
And if you count the amount of times I say stay on this song, it's a lot. I don't even think I've done it, but I know I say it like a shit ton throughout the album too, just in general. But stay. I'm like literally just saying it over and over. Just fucking stay.
Yeah, you're preaching it like stay.
Yeah.
Stay.
Like it's just pure desperation, and it just builds up. It gets louder and louder. I'm fucking yelling in the background, and it just builds up to this stay, and it all opens up again, and shit gets beautiful again. The French lady comes in, and it's another really small detail that I love is the piano part during this part. While she's fucking singing all that shit, the electric piano, and that's just the part where you're like, wow, like the album, like this is like the resolution now, and that was the climax. That's the climax of the whole album. Yeah, it's the apex of everything of the cycle theory, and it just opens up. And she says the final words, which again, you guys are gonna have to fucking translate. But she says the words, and then honestly, my favorite part of the song happens, and it's the string section. The string section with the bass is where I shed a tear every time, especially the part of the melody of the strings that's like, like the same shit as the piano melody. I just like, oh. It's so like
fall on your knees.
And by the way, like I really stepped it up with the instrumentation and shit of this album. Like these are real strings playing. Like I just try to do everything, and it's real. Cause I don't know. I just wanted a more like organic feel, I guess. Maybe not the drum. The drums aren't perfect on every song. They're kind of like off a little bit, but I wanted that like human aspect because I feel like that makes songs really good. And so the string section happens, and all of a sudden it kind of fades down to just the ooze, and the song starts wrapping up, and all of a sudden you hear the rewind. And if you set it up so the cycle theory plays after Stay, like the first song, you will realize that the album loops. Boom. It loops. I could not do it.
You had to.
I had to.
I can't make it. That's cycle theory.
I can't make an album called Cycle Theory and have it not loop. And yeah. I just
masterpiece.
And the way it loops too is so cool because Stay ends on a perfect resolution, but then you hear the rewind, and I say, like, Neptune gets back to me. And that's the reason I reference steak. Steak. No. The reason I reference Stay and Flake at the beginning of Cycle Theory is because that's the shit you just heard. So it's like Neptune gets its back to me. So like the attention's back to me. Stay is more like sort of ballad sort of stuff. And like Neptune gets, and again, don't Stay and the cycle theory feel like opposites. So it's kind of like the switching gears kind of just showing like how each side represents itself. And Neptune gets its back to me and pulls the motherfucker in the galaxy. It just comes back and the album restarts and it's a never ending loop because that's what the cycle theory is.
Let's go.
And this is definitely the greatest album I've ever done. 100%. You agree, right?
For sure. Agreed.
I think it's hands down.
Yeah.
The best one I've ever done for sure. That's hard to argue, but whether it's your favorite or not is up to you. I love the shit out of it, and I think I'll never get tired of it. Every time I hear it, I don't know. I feel. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you have any questions,
a couple questions. So, what was the funnest song to make?
Great question.
I know it's probably a tough one too, though.
It is a tough one because I did have a lot of great memories attached to each of these songs, like individually.
Yeah.
I think See-Through was really fun, at least originally when I came up with it.
Yeah.
Indigo was cool, but I kind of like over listened to that and I needed some space. Honeymoon was super fun. That's the funnest song in the album. Like as itself, it's a super fun song.
Definitely.
I'd say either Clockwork or Honeymoon. Or maybe Latibule. Those three were super fun to make. Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Fire. So, which song best represents Kid Neptune? Like, which evokes the most Neptune?
You probably know my answer, don't you?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I know what your answer is, but it's because it's Stay.
Stay.
Were you thinking Honeymoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. And Honeymoon is a great representation of myself. But I feel like Honeymoon only covers like a certain area of myself. I feel like Stay covers a wider range of like who I am as a person, sonically, lyrically, everything.
Yeah. And
so I think Stay is definitely like if I had say I meet like Stevie Wonder one day or like fucking any of my idols, bro. Like this is the song I would show them. For sure.
Old. Yeah.
It's pretty much all I got. It's all I got. Like
it's fire. No,
it's everything.
No, that's a good one.
So yeah, that's my answer for that one.
Okay. So you got the two sides. You got yin and yang.
Yes.
What are you choosing?
Oh man. See, but here's the thing. Ready? I'm about to blow your mind, by the way. Here's the thing. Because it's two sides. You can't choose sides. Because they both control what I'm feeling.
Oh, but in this scenario, you have to choose one.
Like, what am I? Is it yin and yang or is it hot and cold or whatever?
No, I mean, like...
Even good and bad, I'm choosing good.
No, like... I could have sworn I've seen a picture of the yin and yang and half of the songs are on one and then half of the sides are on.
Oh.
Yeah, so what side?
Okay. Yeah, let me find that real quick because that is really important and also understanding the album. I have it on a tee right now that's coming out. But so on one side, on the lighter side, the white, we have Latibule, Stay, Honeymoon, Indigo Dreams, Back Pocket, and See Through. So these are all, whether sonically or conceptually, it's more positive, I guess. And on the darker side, the black side, we have The Cycle Theory, Clockwork, Flake, Eternal Sunshine, and Transit. So, wow. What would you pick before I get my answer?
Yeah, at first I was going.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's really hard
because both teams are stacked.
Yeah, because both have like at least two that are just like my favorites. So
yeah. Oh man, I gotta go with the light one.
Yeah, I would.
Were you thinking like Clockwork and Transit? Yeah, it's tough.
But I might go with the light side too, though.
Yeah, because Stay and Honeymoon, I mean, that's my top two. So, yeah, even Back Pocket, stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely the light one. But but you got to respect both sides. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I feel like with
the light side too, those are like songs that you can listen to at any time, any mood. But on the darker side, you kind of like have to be more of like a.
You have to be in a certain mental landscape. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even Stay has like a little sadness to it at the beginning, but no, I think you hit that on the dot. But I feel like, again, bro, like both sides are equally as important.
For sure.
Because there wouldn't be the light without the dark. There wouldn't be the dark without the light.
Yeah.
They're both necessary, and they both equally create the balance that we perceive in everyday life. And that's what the album's all about. Two sides. Just go with them.
Yeah. Just
go with it, because they're going to pull you, and you're going to see it everywhere, and you can't escape it. So might as well roll with it.
All right, so here I got an interesting one.
Okay.
So based on the sounds of your songs, if you could have like any artist that you think would match best with a song, what do you know what I'm getting?
Wow. At? Oh, so if I were to have anyone,
if you could add anyone, do you know
exactly? That is a great question.
Yeah.
That is a great question. Let me think for a second. Well,
yeah, I knew that one would cause some brain thinking.
Yeah,
brain power.
Those are the best questions. Man.
It's like, who would sound good on this one?
I mean, I've always said Tame Impala on Honeymoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought that would be really cool.
Slim Bambino on Clockwork.
Oh, yo, if y'all don't know him, I mean, kind of fuck him for not hitting me back for the song, but Slim Bambino, look him up. Amazing rapper.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
He's crazy.
He's insane. He would have fit perfect on Clockwork, so yes. I think like I said, the Black Eyed Peas on Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
I think I know it. I think that'd be perfect. Eminem on Flake would be really cool.
Oh, okay.
That's like a Eminem-esque beat. I think a female voice on Transit would be cool, and and See Through. And man, who would you put on the Cycle Theory? Because they both show what I'm feeling. I put Kanye?
I can see that, yeah. I can see it.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Jay-Z. Snoop
Put
Dogg.
Jay. Snoop on the Cycle Theory. That'd be something. That would be something. Bruh. That's crazy. Okay. Fuck. I'm thrown off. Do you have any other questions?
Let's get one. Let's get one for the fans.
Okay.
Do you have what's your goal for your next project? And if there's any ideas What do you don't have to spill all the beans, of course, but you know, at least touch.
I think what I can say about what's coming next is it's going to be the one. That's it.
You heard it here, folks.
I think it's going to be something, because I've got some
tricks up your sleeves.
I got some tricks up my sleeve, and I'm starting even now to execute. And I just think
that's all we need to hear.
Yeah, that's all you got to hear. It's going to be something you've never heard before, and I think, and that sounds fucking corny and generic as shit, but like,
he's being serious.
I'm being serious. I did it. I've done it before on song. I think Eternal Sunshine, no one's ever made a song like that. Like all the way the second half too. Yeah. So just expect the unexpected.
Expect greatness.
That's not corny as hell right
just
now.
Expect greatness, guys.
Expect greatness.
That's pretty much it.
Any closing thoughts on the album? I think I fucking made a list. I think my voice, I utilize my voice the best I ever have on any project.
For sure.
I think I've always kind of hid behind pitched vocals or like shitty mixing, but I feel like this was the time where I think I've gotten better at singing a little bit, which is cool. I'm able to use my voice a little more. I still fucking hate it, but I think I'm starting to find ways to make it work, which is cool. And I don't know. I just feel like, especially Flake, my voice sounds really, really well on that. I feel like this album is my album for sure. I feel like all my features on it play more of like a supportive role for sure. I think the pace, like I said, is perfect. There's many contrasting elements that kind of goes along with the concept. Very emotional, especially at the end. And yeah. And also the last 3 songs, no features except me. I wanted to be as much myself as possible on those last 3 songs and tell my story. And I feel like I did it. And that's the Cycle Theory. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. So
love it.
Thank you guys for listening. Carter, forget, we're professional right now. You're Sickardi.
Professionals, yeah, we're professionals.
You wanna let them know what's going on with you?
With me?
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm just a young, broke college student.
With your music, bro.
Oh. No, I was kidding. I was getting into it. Yeah, maybe the first single, New Year's Eve, actually.
Whoa. Do we have a name for that?
It's just outro.
Outro,
man.
Okay. What can we expect from this?
It's just gonna. You're just gonna know. Like when you hear it, it's just you'll know. You'll know what it's about. And
do you think it's a good representation of? I mean, shit. We didn't say you had a bigger project coming, but do you think it's a good representation of what's to come for you?
Yeah, I think it's a really good, a little taste of who I am. I'm stepping into the field, you know, coming off the benches.
Yeah, no one knows the Sickardi yet.
Starting to take some swings now, you know. I've been all thanks to you, man. You're the one who was pushing me to freaking record because I was like always scared of doing that stuff.
I'm so glad I can be in a position where I could do that kind of shit. Because like seeing you, and dude, I was there for your first beat. I was there.
So good.
Yeah, no, our beats were rough back then, but
hey, everyone's got to start somewhere.
And I feel like being there for you and seeing the whole process go by
so crazy
is, I don't know, you feel like my stew accomplice. Dude, it's crazy. I feel like
in the stew, it's unbeatable.
No, and by the way, guys, every song, if I made a song and you liked it, Carter was there when I made it.
Yeah. I got that.
That's the energy we have. Like literally every good song I've made is he's been there. And it's not even like we're doing that much. It's more just like the energy we have just prompts something.
Yeah, it's just
in my head.
It's just the bond and the energy. It's just like
you throw some tips.
Physics.
You throw me some tips here and there about like you really push me out of my box, and I love that. Like,
dude, yeah, I think we both like, push each other to
put distortion on this, and I'm like,
what? It's so
I'm
random.
Like, put the vibe.
the vibe. Yeah.
They ain't got to know about that one though. We can't give away the sauce. Don't give away the sauce, bro. But yeah, no, I think we have great energy together. And do you think the fans are gonna get a taste of some Sickardi and Neptune action together?
Oh, you don't even know.
I mean, I know the answer to this because we already got some shit.
We already got some stuff. I'll say there's gonna be a few Sickardi and Neptune classics that are that are just gonna blow your ears.
You are now listening to it. It's like, yo, we got we gotta do
that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's all we gotta say.
That's all you gotta say.
Beautiful.
It is the most beautiful piece of art.
Of course. And I'm saying it for myself as Kid Neptune. I think Sickardi's killing it right now. I think what he's doing.
Thanks, man. No, I think Kid Neptune's killing it.
His work ethic is really good. I can see his passion. I don't know why I'm talking third person right now, but you see your passion, and I think watching you on the side, not even on the sidelines, I'd be in the game sometimes, but watching it all happen has been dope. And yeah, I was there. I was also there. This was in the summer when you wrote words to a melody for the first time.
Yeah, youngin', man.
Yeah. But it's been great, and your improvement is much faster than mine was.
Dude, it's crazy. You just gotta like literally take it day by day, and like
you
just gotta have that want and drive to
get better.
And to be better every day, and that's literally
I think the biggest thing that
success,
I've found,
man.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing that I've found is comparing your own work to your favorite songs and musicians, because like
sometimes you fall in a little rabbit hole when it gets excessive.
Oh yeah, it gets very obsessive, especially on the technical side. I don't want to talk. That's some bad
deep
memories.
level. That's some deep level.
I have bad memories with that shit, but you'll get there, I think, is the point. You'll get there eventually, and I'm not there yet. Carter's not there yet. Like, you'll get there.
Like, together we got the
willpower. You'll get better.
Nothing's gonna stop us.
Nothing can stop you, and
the only thing that can stop yourself is yourself.
That's facts, especially with anything you want to do in life. And it may not seem like it's possible to you at the time, but anything's possible. Dude. Anything's possible. We've been saying that shit since day one.
Literally.
We
were literally
maybe day 3 or something.
Yeah, maybe like year 5.
Yeah.
We were about 5.
But anything's possible. Me and Sickardi are living proof of that. And thank you guys for listening. I want to do more podcasts. Maybe we can do like a casual one sometime. Just talk music in general.
Yeah. Oh, a little tune and sick music jam, like a jam.
We'll start a new fucking podcast. Let's just do it.
Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Do it every week.
You guys
living together.
You guys just experienced an idea caught on the mics.
We have to do this now.
We'd be doing this on the daily,
especially because I got this shit, and so we can start doing this shit more. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Carter, very much for helping me with this forever and always, bro.
Thank you.
Forever and always.
Forever and always, man.